Danny, has it been really beneficial to have a full week now ahead of the Bradford game on Saturday?
Yeah, absolutely. I think for us to have a full week, it's been great. Obviously, last week we only come in at the back end and only had a 2-day lead in, which is always a challenge, particularly when you first start a job. But I believe we took a little bit of momentum from Saturday. I thought, from 30 minutes onwards, we were able to get real control in the game. And second half, we played with real dominance and controlled the game, dominated the ball in the attacking half. And I was pleased for the boys to get their just rewards in the final moments of that game, and we've been able to take that energy into this week, and the boys' attitude and work ethic has been really good.
And when you know that they are going to work hard like that in training, is it easier to impart your new ideas and to get to know them as people a bit more in this last 7 days?
Yeah, well, it's been great to do both, really. You always love your time on the grass with the players. But naturally, when you're in a 46-game season, that is relatively limited. So try to use the rest of the time to get to know them and to connect with them and just to understand their journeys. And I think it's always to understand where they are today, maybe understand where they want to go and what their dreams and aspirations are. And then I think once you're aware of this, then you then can get a feeling of how maybe you can help and sort of support them best. So that's there've been lots of conversations, lots of talk, lots of sort of individual meetings, and it's always great because it's for us we love people, and it's been great to get to know them, and of course the time on the grass is just so important for us at the moment because we're a new group with some new ideas and some new principles, and ultimately the idea of training is to keep rehearsing and keep practicing, and we want there's some behaviours that are really important to us and to the way that we play, and the more we rehearse, the more we practice, the more these become natural and automatic, and this is our aim. And if we can get to that point where the behaviours become automatic, then maybe we can turn the page and start to add the next layer of detail.
Yeah, and this week as well, another couple of positives with the Essex Senior Cup game. One, you've got senior boys, although they're still young in age, that have been in and around the squad getting minutes, and a chance for you to see that whole group that's below your immediate first team. Yeah,
I love Tuesday night. It was great. It was great to go to Walthamstow. We really thank them for their hospitality. The toughest of challenges for the group in terms of the pitch. The pitch was really difficult. I can't remember a more difficult pitch, not in my recent years of management anyway, and learnt loads about the players. Maybe not so much technically and tactically because the pitch didn't allow, but loads about them in terms of their desire and their determination and their emotional intelligence, because it wasn't going to be perfect. It was never going to be perfect. I don't think football life, it's never perfect, and ultimately the football is a game that's littered with mistakes, and it's not making the mistake that defines you, it's always the reaction and the response. And I thought there was some I really liked what I saw on Tuesday night, and of course we couldn't quite find the goal to get us in the next round in the 90 minutes. Credit to Walthamstow, because I thought they were really durable themselves, played in a really organised way, very compact defensive shape and difficult to break down. And probably, we'd have liked to have been a little bit more clinical and ruthless maybe, but we couldn't, and the game went to penalties, and then young Tom Smith made, I'm going to say 3 saves, because obviously he makes 2 saves, but they're brilliant saves, right in, the penalties are right in the corner, he still manages to save them. And then of course the final penalty, the player has to be so precise that he unfortunately just hit it wide. So in my book that's 3 saves, and good for him and good for the team.
Yeah, and those boys all would tell me if I spoke to them that they just want to put themselves in your eye, ready for team selection. Of course, Cameron McGeehan coming back from his suspension as well. It gives you nice headache in terms of team selection.
Absolutely, I think you always want decisions to make as a head coach or as a manager. I think this is always really important, and you know that when you do have difficult decisions to make, that's because the players are in good form and in a good moment and are putting their hand up, and Yeah, absolutely. You know, competition drives the standards. I say to the players all the time, you know, the players that compete for the same position, you're almost each other's best friend, because if you're playing well, then you're driving the standards of your teammate, and this is this can be only really healthy for the team.
And Graham Alexander's done a good job since he's gone in at Bradford, but will it be a blend of looking out after what they're doing, or more a case of working on what we want to do to them?
Well, I think we have great respect for Bradford City. I think it's a brilliant football club with some really good people there. Graham Alexander is a really experienced football man, had a brilliant career, got the very, very most out of his career, and is a hugely experienced manager that's been very successful to this point. And you know, he came in just before Christmas. They had a brilliant run over the Christmas period. I think the best run in the club's history in terms of back-to-back wins. So they also beat Derby on Tuesday night, so we know we find a team in a good moment and good form, and absolutely we're aware of their strengths. But I think for us, it's to always focus on us and put our energy into what we can do and what we can control. All week, really, the focus has been on us, with and without the ball, because both are equally as important. And obviously the restart moment as well. We know that in football, I think in League One last year there was 80, well over 80 set pieces per game. So if you think about that, that's nearly one per minute. So this part of the game becomes really, really important, and we have to keep working at this aspect so that if we can, we will have a tactical advantage over our opponent virtually every minute of the 90.